Hello. Huskies back again with more Seattle Bobcats GM mode franchise mode commentary. Last video we had a disappointing second round exit to the Colorado Avalanche, but they were a good team they proved it by going on to winning the Stanley Cup in the end. We are currently at the draft phase, getting ready to do the draft. There are some trades I want to make. Tyler Johnson needs to go. I need to bring back a third line center that's a good fit. Ideally a two-way forward, maybe even a power forward with good defense. One guy I looked through all the teams. One guy that popped up was Nick Shore. 84 overall, two-way forward. Real good across the board. Makes 2.3. The only issue is his contract expires, so he might not be the best option. I'm trying to remember who else I looked at. No, it wasn't him. Oh, it was Vancouver. Vancouver has a kid, Cole Castles. He's 84 overall. He's 24 years old. He's got really good stats, offensively, skating, puck skills. His senses could be a little better, but I just think because Vancouver sucks, his senses haven't improved. He's got good defense, and he makes 1.1. So, like, this makes the most sense in my eyes to move Johnson for. Now, I can get a good amount for Johnson. So, do they have anybody they want to trade? They want to trade Alex Edler. He makes too much, though. That would be... I would essentially have to get a draft pick back. And if I get a draft pick back... Tyler Johnson for Castles in a second. I could probably get something else. Probably get a fourth as well. So Castles a second and a fourth for Tyler Johnson. Trade accepted. Alright, so... We dealt Tyler Johnson. Basically a cap move, just so we have the room to sign some people. Now, I was looking through all the teams, and there were a couple of guys I wanted to grab because their morale is terrible. San Jose was one of them. If I go to centers, Chris Tierney might be someone to hold on to, so I'm going to try to get Chris Tierney. Now, he only makes 1.1. What does Carlson make? Carlson makes 3.3, so I'm not going to go for Carlson because he's too expensive. However, Tierney is... I don't know what I would do with him. He's basically just to have him for the time being while I put together my team again. They only want NHL players, so will you take Sherratt? Take Sherratt in a third, because Sherratt's, his salary is a bit high for a... Take Sherratt in a third for Chris Tierney? Nah, no, I'd have to give him like a second or something if I give him Sherratt, so I'm not gonna give him a Sherratt. Who else do you want? The guys they want really don't work for me. I have a bunch of players that are decent trade value that probably won't get used. This McLaren kid's already 21 years old, so let's do McLaren in a third for Tierney. Trade rejected, wow. So I'd have to really give them a lot to get Chris Tierney. Let's throw in another unsigned rookie that has decent value. Because honestly, these guys aren't going to be worth anything to me, because I'm not going to get that far in this to have them be worth anything. So there we go. So I got Chris Tierney. Now, again, it was basically just because his morale is so shit, his value dips. There was one more player I looked at that I wanted to try to grab, and I think it was Columbus. Yeah, Columbus. William Karlsson down here. He's got no trade value whatsoever. He also makes 1.2, so he's another easy get. Just depends on what they want. I don't think Mikko Rantanen is going to do anything, but I'm going to hold on to him. Do you want Joel Armia? 1-for-1 Armia for Karlsson. Oh, right, his deal's expiring. I forgot, we're before the draft, so anybody with an expiring trade or contract, people don't want. I really don't want to trade Rantanen. He's only got 1 year left too, so I couldn't even trade him if I wanted to. What do I have draft pick wise? I have 3 second-round picks, so I could just give him... I have a late second-round pick. I really don't have any interest in it. Can you give me a third back? A third and Karlsson for my second. Yeah, I'd probably just have to do my second for Carlson. Yeah, that's fine. Again, those were just trades to pretty much see what they turn into when they're happy. And I didn't give up any real cap space to get them. So if I go to salary cap, before we go into the draft, I'm already at 5 minutes, so just interested to see if their morale is already. So Carlson's an 83, Tierney's an 83, and they're both at really low trade value or contracts. So this basically just ends up being, who do I think is the best fit out of these three guys? Carlson, Tierney, and Castles. Castle's probably the best fit for center, but I want to see, like, they could be fourth line guys. I don't mind playing them on the fourth line. But let's go ahead and do the draft. So I have 2 firsts and 2 seconds, and I still want to possibly make a splash at free agency. Dustin Bufflin is somebody that's come up in the comments, and I'm kind of echoing those opinions. I feel like I wouldn't mind trading Bufflin. 3rd round pick for Anderson. Who's Anderson? Is he going to be anything? I don't even know who he is. 70, 20 years old. He's 20 years old in the 64. He's not going to go anywhere, so yeah, I'll take that trade. Alright, so I have the 20th pick in the 1st round. This is the year 3 draft, right? Yeah, so I don't know who's any good in this. Do we have any exact guys that are 70, top 60? I have 2 picks, so I'm going to wait on that Schneider kid. 1st round projections, bottom 6, playmaker. I'm going to take the Polish dude just because he's Polish. Hey, top 6 forward. I'll take it. So in the next user pick, it should be like, yeah. I'm going to take that Schneider defenseman if he's still there. And he is. We'll take the defensive defenseman Schneider. From, I don't know what country that is. Low top 6. Hey man, it's something. I have so many draft picks here, it doesn't matter. And I have an early pick in the 2nd round here. So we've hit the point where these draft picks really aren't worth anything. I noticed that Suzuki's on the block for Chicago. What is his trade value? It's not that high, and he's a 67. I think I'd rather trade my 2 seconds, if they want him, for Suzuki, when they don't want him. Because I'd prefer to just do this. Because I feel like this is a better use of my picks than actually drafting with them. So we'll sum to my next user pick. So essentially I just traded 2 2nd round picks for a 1st round pick in the year 1 draft that I edited. So Suzuki's got good progression. As I don't know what's in this draft, and I don't think this draft is worth anything once you get past the 1st round. 2nd round from, I don't remember what country this is, but we're taking them. 70, not terrible, not great. I'm pretty much set on my prospects because I mean, so if I can use my picks to get something else, I'm absolutely gonna do that. AHL starter, projection. Let's take again. Laktinov. I don't know. Alright, that's the last pick I'm gonna make. I think that was a decent draft. Like I said, Suzuki's just, he's a prospect. We essentially had 3 1st round picks there because I had, what, 2 2nd round picks, and I traded the other one for Carlson. Alright, so I have a lot of people to sign, including the big one in Patrick Laine. He's an 89 overall. Hopefully he gets a boost in after we re-sign him. 7.4 for 2 years. I mean, he is the face of this franchise. Let's do 4 years at, let's try 6.8. I don't have my calculator handy, but we'll try that and see if I can get him for that. Panarin was at 6. That's not terrible. I can probably get him for 5.2. Brendan Lemieux shouldn't want too much. 3.4. That's not bad. Get him for 3. I'd be happy. Joel Armia. You don't want a two-way deal, so you're gone. Actually, I'll just qualify you. Kyle Connor, I'll qualify. This Rosla kid, I'm not entirely sure if I want him or not anymore with the guys that I picked up, but I'll just qualify all these kids. Go Rantanen. Quentin Howden, you pretty much lost your spot, buds. Qualify. I gotta sign Callan Foote. Sign you to your entry level. You can go. Qualify you. I didn't even look at my cap space. I have 22 million and I just spent, what, 13? I spent 16 on the guys that I'm trying to sign. So basically I turned Tyler Johnson into 3 different centers and a second round pick, which eventually turned into Suzuki. Yeah, I'm okay with this offseason so far. I think we've done a good job. Line A rejected. I was crying how long I wanted to stick with the team. I'd have to pay more. Alright, so Panarin signed Lemieux. Okay. Alright, so what did I offer him? 6.8 for 4. So I probably have to go 7. How much cap space do I have? I have 17 million. Obviously, Line A's, I'm not going to let him go anywhere. See, if I sign him to a bridge deal, he's going to progress. Let's just sign him to a bridge deal for now, because I think a bridge deal I can do like 6.5. And then if he progresses, I'll pay him. Simple as that. And Brendan Lemieux, I actually liked having you, so we'll bump that up a little bit to see if you sign. I don't need to sign any goalies. I have to sign Murray next year. But Murray might actually want a pay increase, so we might just end up going to Comrie instead next year. So there's line A. Alright, so I still have to sign Lemieux. How much cap space do I have? I kind of want to leave myself some cap space to work with. I have 11 million in cap space. I still have a lot of cap room, to be honest. You know, we'll just sign him to 3 years at 3 million, because he's 3.125. That should be enough. I'm hoping. Yeah, Murray I have to sign next year, and he might want a bit of a pay increase because he's currently making. I hit the A button. Damn it. He's currently making 3 million as an 89, so he's gonna want an increase. All right, so there we go. We got Lemieux. I don't think there's anybody else I have to sign. I do kind of want to look to see who I have to sign next year. Yeah, all these guys, all these rookies. Sherratt, Weidman, Postma, Carlson, Sparks, Coxhead, John K, McFarland, Castles, Tierney. I don't have to sign that many guys next year, so I can kind of get away with. That's next year. I was like, I have 20 million in cap. No, that's next year. Calm down. So if I go back to this, all expiring. Out of these guys, I'm not real interested in keeping any of them. So if they sign to qualifying offers, great. If other teams offer them deals, oh well. Maybe I'll get something for them. Oh, alright, so a couple guys just took the qualifying offer. DeLeo, Kostelek. Alright, so I'm not going to do any free agent signings. I'm just going to look over them and see what's out here. Blake Wheeler's out there again. Wayne Simmons, Derek Brassard, Tyler Myers, Kyle Quincy. So there's really, I mean, this free agent pool sucks, man. Like it's, oh, I was gonna, well, actually, I really didn't need to re-sign you because I have plenty of centers to play that fourth line position. None of these guys really interest me, to be honest. I mean, Wayne Simmons. No, I have TJ Oshie. I don't need Wayne Simmons. Derek Brassard's nice, but I have Scheifele and Turris. Wheeler's, I mean, the power forward. The only thing I would do is I would trade out. I would trade Oshie for a power forward. I wouldn't sign Wheeler. What goalies are out here? Bobrovsky, Saros, so nobody really. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure. Like, my top 6 is still set at Line A, Scheifele, Oshie, Panarin, Turris. I don't remember who the other guy is. Who's my other top 6 forward? It's gonna bug me. I have to go look. I'm upset that I don't remember. Overall, Turris. I guess I don't really have a top 6 guy. Because I was swapping out. Oh, wait, in the system. Yeah, no, I was swapping out. Panarin and Line Oshie. So I need a top 6 guy. Because I think I was using Patan in the top 6, hoping that it would give him a boost. But he can stay on the 3rd line. Alright, so yeah, I need a top 6 forward. So if any of these guys, you know what, man? I have $9 million in cap space. I'm tempted. I'm real tempted to throw Blake Wheeler an offer. I know I dealt him, but 9.3. He's a 90 overall. He would be here for. Man. And if I were to trade Bufflin, it would be for a defenseman anyway. Yeah, so we'll leave it at that. None of these other guys interest me, like, at all. I'll go through and I'll sign some rookies. But other than that, no, none of them interest me. So yeah, give me your opinions on Blake Wheeler. Because I think that he fits the best, to be honest. Who is my top 6 guy that I... Oh, right, I was using UC Oken and he retired. That makes sense. Yeah, so give me your option. Give me your opinions on Blake Wheeler as always. Comments, always looking for input. Like to have the interaction. Leave a like on the video for our interesting draft. I have a lot of things to play with in my bottom 6. With Tierney, Carlson, and Castles. But I'll worry about that once I get my top 6 set. But yeah. As always, thanks for watching. And I will see you tomorrow.